Alright, this one here is an update on the work freebies that I got, I think, sometime last week. The Husqvarna 125 BT backpack blower, that's what this one is. Tore apart, cleaned up all the pieces. They're not 100% perfect. Still a little grime and shit down there. Might clean it up again later. I went through everything. The engine I actually have at work. It's got good compression. Order seals and gaskets for it. New piston and ring. It doesn't need it, but they're cheap enough. It's already torn apart. I'll just go ahead and replace the stuff. At the bare minimum, I'll replace the seals and cylinder head gasket. So what else did this thing need? It was missing a tube, and I pulled that off of Poulan backpack leaf blower that I drug home from work as well. That thing, I didn't make a video on it. The engine was seized. It wasn't really worth pissing with. I'm not a huge fan of Poulan, even though it's the same thing as this crap. So I ended up taking the pipe from it, a couple miscellaneous screws, took the carburetor from it, and I threw the rest of it away. Also, that's where these straps came from, that Poulan backpack blower. So the straps on the original one to this were screwed up, and these are literally the same exact ones. So, and on eBay I have to order the whole air cleaner assembly that bolts to the carburetor, because that's a discontinued part and I can't get it at work, so I had to go to eBay for that. This here was the engine that I pulled out of the dumpster, the scrap metal dumpster. That was in the dumpster for a reason. It's got compression, but I don't know if you can see that or not. The whole shaft's rocking around. I don't know what the cylinder looks like, what the piston looks like. It's got spark, it's got compression, but I couldn't pull it over fast enough to see if it'd pop. Wouldn't run on ether. Haven't taken it apart. I'll get to it sometime later on, but this one here, it did run on a shot of starting fluid. It's got spark, it's got compression, obviously. So I went ahead and tore it down, cleaned it up a little bit. Got a carburetor rebuild kit, and waiting on a couple other things to come in. This one here, it's because I have no fucking use for it when it's done. So, great idea to just invest money into it, and then, it's just going to sit after it's done, but whatever. I ordered a complete gasket and seal set for the engine. I do need a new breather gasket, exhaust gasket for the muffler. Just figured, hell, the complete gasket set is only $10 more. Fuck it. Just go ahead and order that and do a valve job on it while it's torn apart. So it'll have a fresh rebuilt carburetor, all new gaskets and seals, new spark plug, air filter, fresh oil change. Might just go ahead and replace the pull rope. Be a good little engine to put on a rototiller. 3.5 horsepower. That's probably weak for a go-kart. I don't know, something cool to have. This one here, I'll get to it later on in life, probably in the next couple months. This here is off the Husqvarna backpack leaf blower carburetor. Take it to work, clean it out, see if we have a rebuild kit for it. If I do, buy it. This is the coil that came off that blower. It's missing the spark plug end. I was just gonna buy a used coil off eBay for 30 bucks, but I figured, you know, screw it. Buy a spark plug end and boot, put it on there, and see if this will work before I go and spend more money on it. I would like to actually keep the cost of this whole blower project under $30. You know, I did pull it out of a dumpster, so I don't have anything invested other than time right now. But once I got to buy a carb kit, seals and gasket. I got to buy the air filter, and then I got to buy the air filter assembly. So hopefully all that shit, I'll keep it under 20 bucks, under 25. 30 is the absolute max. This thing is freaking, I don't remember what year it was. It's a 2004 year model. So it's 14 years old. I mean, buy a brand new leaf blower anywhere from 150 bucks and up. So I don't want to go too far into it, but it was getting thrown away. I felt that it was going to be a big waste, so I saved it. You know, even this here thing, yeah, it was thrown in the dumpster for a reason, but I mean, gee, you know, if I needed this here blower housing and the recoil, you know, that'd cost me 30 bucks. I mean, the fuel tank, if I needed that, that's at least $20. There's just a lot of great parts on here. So, I mean, there's still junk at work in the dumpster and stuff that's piled up that's going in the dumpster, like Husqvarna, which are Briggs and Stratton push mower engines. A couple of them that are complete. 2 of them got thrown rods. You know, they're only good for parts, but I just don't see point in throwing them away. So I am still going to bring a couple things home here and there. I don't want to turn this place into a junkyard, but it'd make for great videos and spare parts. So yeah, I don't know which one's going to get done first, this engine or the leaf blower. But next up is an update on the CR250R. Yeah, next couple weeks I'll get to doing an update on the 4-tracks. Really nothing's changed on that. Just waiting for tax season to come, and I can just buy everything I need and get that done and out of the way. But that's it for now.